Well, good morning. It is Thursday, December 17th, 2020. I'm Pastor Phil Ramsey with Center Church. This is Gospel for Five, where we take 5 minutes out of our day and focus on the gospel because Jesus is the gospel. We've been going through the book of Galatians. Where did we end up here? So I think we're right here at verse 15. What then has become of your blessedness? Paul's referring to the gospel he preached to the Galatians, that they're saved by grace plus nothing. They're saved by the unmerited favor of God alone through Jesus Christ. What has then become of your blessedness? For it is freedom that Christ has set us free. They're putting themselves back under bondage. For I testify to you that, if possible, you would have gouged out your eyes and given them to me. Now, as we went over, verse 13 tells us that Paul ended up spending time in the area of Galatia because he had an ailment and he had to have people taking care of him. Now, a lot of people surmise because of verse 15 that it was some sort of eye problem. I think we're reading into the text by doing that because it's a possibility. But again, for I testify to you that if possible, you would have gouged out your eyes and given them to me. It also could be an expression, like saying my best friend would give his right arm for me. Now, does that mean that the best, does that here? Who's your true enemy? Someone who tells you the truth or someone who points out that you are now in gospel error, that your Christian life is now in error because you're adding to the gospel? I think it was, did I share this already? Yeah, it's worth sharing again. In Dane Ortland's book, Gentle and Lowly, which is a great book. I highly recommend it. I'm paraphrasing him, but he basically says this: it takes two things to live the Christian life. Number one, Jesus Christ. Number two, number one, our relationship with Christ. So have I then become your enemy by telling you the truth? Because what you need to live the Christian life is not Jesus plus some additional steps or Jesus plus some additional thing. You need Jesus Christ alone, the grace he provides. He is grace and truth. That's who you need, Jesus Christ. These false teachers, make much of you, but for no good purpose. They want to shut you out that you may make much of them. Because if these false teachers come in and say, here's what else you need to do to live the victorious Christian life. Here's what you really need for your Christian life. What are you dependent upon then? Not Jesus. What you're dependent upon is, tell me the other tricks of the Christian life, oh wise legalistic teacher who wants to add to the gospel. You need their secrets. You need their secret sauce. The Christian secret sauce that only these special teachers have. They can't just unpack the Bible. That's too simple. They've got secret charts and graphs and messages. And they've got the Christian secret sauce to make you the kind of Christian that actually tastes horrible because it's a Christian added. It's a Christian with the law added in. It's a horrible tasting Christian. So they make much of you, but for no good purpose. They want to shut you out that you may make much of them. They want to be so special to you. Because they care about you? No. Because they want to be so special. Is that because they're egocentric, self-centered, sinful human beings who do not have the truth of the gospel. Now, what has God said to you today?